Welcome to Season 6, Episode 9 of COMMCast. I'm your host, Abby Tirico. COMMCast is a production of the Longwood University Communication Studies Department and the COM 434 CommLab class. This show is dedicated to highlighting the Longwood and Farmville communities. In today's episode, we're going to be talking all about the Cormier Honors College, so let's jump right in. Joining us on set today is Dean of the Cormier Honors College, Dr. Kukk. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Kukk.
Are you kidding me? Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, before we get too deep into our discussion, can you tell us a little bit about what it means to be an honor student here at Longwood?
It means a lot of different things, but there's three main pillars for who we are, right? It's cognition, right? Use this thing that sits on top of your head. Compassion is the head and the heart. But that leads to the third, which is community. It's about all of us. And so in the Honors College, we like to say we don't swim with sharks, and we're not sharks, we're dolphins. We take care of each other, and we look after each other.
As an honor student myself, I can definitely attest to that.
That's what I'm talking about.
What can an honor student expect in your typical honors class?
Small class sizes, but highly interactive and interdisciplinary. So for example, if you take a math class in honors, it's not just the equations, but it's art and music. So think of things like fractals, beautiful works of art that also happen in nature through symmetry. And if they're symmetrical, guess what? They're mathematical. So you can remember the equations, but also the images that are attached to those equations. So it's using this in a way that helps all of us turn this into a Swiss Army knife to open up any career and any way of thinking.
These classes are definitely beneficial for us honor students.
Good, that's great to hear.
So outside of the classroom, what are some other activities honor students can look forward to?
A lot of service. So everything from FACES to working in state parks to also, just participating in a lot of different things. I don't know, honor students work in comm and maybe host a show. They are on stage in theater. In other words, it's everything. I used to surf when I was younger, and education is like this beautiful surfboard that allows you to take any way that you want to go anywhere that you want. And I want to give every honor student, and remember, honors classes are also open to non-honor students, right? So any student, the chance to ride any wave they want, to go anywhere they want. And education is that surfboard, man.
Beautifully said, Dr. Kukk. So can you tell me a little bit about what you did before coming to Longwood?
Just a few things.
Yeah.
The most important thing is I married my high school sweetheart. So it's going to be 37 years next month. But I think you're asking about career. So I talk about surfing. I had a pretty fun life so far. I was a counterintelligence agent during the Cold War. I was stationed down in Louisiana, but went from coast to coast wherever new technology was dispensed by the United States. Some of the other highlights, I got to work for one of my superheroes, and I think she is a superhero, Dr. Jane Goodall, as her Director of Environmental Education. And then from there, I worked and founded a Center for Compassion, Creativity, and Innovation with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And then I became a HarperCollins author and got a fellowship at Harvard University for international security. So those are some of the highlights, and it's just Longwood is one of those crest of waves to get to work with students like you, to be honest with you, and to get these conversations that we have in my office over chocolate milk that starts with maybe chocolate milk but goes a lot deeper. And it means everything to me because I truly believe that education is that surfboard that can take anyone anywhere. So a job like this means the world to me.
Well, it's definitely a very impressive resume, and it means the world to us as well, Dr. Kukk.
Thanks.
What made you want to come to Longwood to serve as the Dean of the Honors College?
Oh, that's real easy. So I love building things. And some of you know that I love Legos, right? And so education and the different disciplines are like Legos to me. And so that you can create your own kind of vision of the world by taking the different disciplines and colliding them and making them come together. And so here, they allowed me to rewrite. Right? I got to rewrite the motto. We get to have a logo, right? We get to change it so that classes are not just for honor students, but open to all students. I truly believe that an honors education should be for everyone. And I think you know I'm a Mets fan. So I believe in second, third, 10th, and 11th chances. And I really believe that that interdisciplinary type of education is something that every student should have, and that ability to. And so to be able to build that here, and then look at us, right? We're now over 600 students. That's 600 people thinking in unique and interdisciplinary ways. Talk about a kaleidoscope of learning and discussions. I don't know about you, but I fell in love with kaleidoscope as a kid, and then to have that as an adult, well, I'm still growing up, but to have that, right, as part of my job, who wouldn't want to take a job like that? That allows you to take those different disciplines, turn into kaleidoscope, and then you get to work with some crazy professors like Holiday, right? And to have fun doing it at the same time that you're making a difference. Sign me up every time. And also, you know, when you have 2 donkeys loose on Main Street compared to a kid who grew up in the Bronx when you have bullets flying, and that's the emergency, is when 2 donkeys are loose on Main Street, that is awesome.
Definitely
Farm Vegas.
Unique experience.
Yes, yes.
So what is it like getting to interact with Longwood students on a day-to-day basis?
It's absolutely awesome. It's never the same. It's the questions they ask, and it's the silence sometimes that happens inside the office. So the questions they ask is always about what's next. And their future, I know I probably shouldn't say this, but I feel like I have 600 sons and daughters. It means everything to me. And I think if you ask any educator, they say the same thing. And to have those questions and have those conversations, it's sincerely an honor that the students would come to you and ask you that. That is one of the biggest honors that you can possibly have. And so it's every day is a day I feel like I am the luckiest dude on earth. And it's because I get to interact with people like you on a constant basis, and to have those conversations that are meaningful, that are not superficial. And sometimes some students will just come in, Dr. Kukk, I need a hit of chocolate milk, and just sit there. And I'm cool with that. And they're like, okay, I just needed that. And then they walk away. And then they come back the next day and they're like tap dancing through my door. I'm lucky that they chose me to be a part of that.
Got me choked up. Oh my gosh. But so finally, we're gonna get a little more personal with you here.
Is this time for me to leave?
No.
Is that?
They said, actually. If you don't mind telling me, what is up with your obsession with chocolate milk?
Is it an obsession?
I would say so. I think that's a fair claim.
Well, first off, chocolate milk, it goes back, I don't know, one of the things I left out is first gen. I'm the son of an immigrant. And chocolate milk was a little more expensive than regular milk when I was growing up. And my grandmother, so whenever I grow up, I want to be just like her. She's my role model. She was an amazing person and did so many amazing things. And I remember the best part of my childhood was having glasses of chocolate milk with her. And when I have that with students, it's bringing back all that memory for me, and to share some of what she shared with me as an adult to a kid. And I want to give that love back. And chocolate milk, also, I'm addicted to it, and I admit that. It brings me back to places that I absolutely loved and adored. And I'm sorry, but we all have Mondays that happen on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. And this sounds silly, but it's true. Chocolate milk helps it go away, and it turns it into a Saturday or a Friday night. And for me, every day, students know that they can come in and turn that Monday into a Friday night in 10 o'clock in the morning. And it just brings me happiness and joy. It literally does. When I see a glass of chocolate milk, I can't help but smile, and sometimes I can't sit still, like sitting in the chair. I just can't. It just makes me happy, and I think students know that's the case, and so that happiness kind of spreads.
Well, I think we can all use a glass of chocolate milk, Dr. Kukk.
Every freaking day.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kukk, for sharing your story as well as those insights into the Cormier Honors College. Now we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with a different take on everyone's favorite segment, COMMCast Trivia. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, COMMCast Trivia. But this time, we have a twist. Instead of the traditional question segment, we're going to ask you to try a few brands of chocolate milk, and you'll have to guess what brand is in each glass.
Wow.
Are you ready, Dr. Kukk?
I don't know if I'm ready.
I don't know either. All right, starting with number one, go ahead and take a swig of that.
Well, let me smell the bouquet. All right.
How is it?
It's got a little bit of a tart to it. Let me taste it again. Okay. All right.
All right, Dr. Kukk. If you had to guess, what brand is in that glass?
It's almost like a Yoo-hoo type of...
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I have no idea.
Unfortunately, it is not. It is Nesquik.
Ah, see, oh, close. Yoo-hoo and Nesquik. All right.
Pretty
It's got a
close.
little tart to it.
Okay.
So it reminded me of a Yoo-hoo.
All right, are you ready for round two?
It's chocolate milk, so yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, let me smell the bouquet again.
Describe it for us.
It's got a second level that's a little bit on almost like a sour.
Sour?
Yeah. But it's got a good body. It's thicker.
All right, it's time to make your guess.
This is the closest to Richland's because of the body.
Okay. Is that your final guess, Dr. Kukk?
I'm going to go with it, yes.
Unfortunately, once again, you are incorrect.
No way.
The brand inside that glass is Promised Land.
Really? Promised Land. It's got that little sour taste.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe a sour Richland's.
I have to admit, you made that sound really unappetizing.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Round three.
This has got no smell. Weak body. That's a very weak body. Is you sure this is chocolate milk?
Yeah? I wouldn't lie to you.
No, you're an honor student. I don't know what that one is. That is like water. As you can tell, I like my Arethusa and my Richlands.
It is time to make a guess.
Time to make a guess. Is that Homestead?
Dr. Kukk, you call yourself a chocolate milk lover?
I am. For good chocolate milk. I told you that has no body.
What is your favorite brand of chocolate milk, Dr. Kukk?
Richlands and Arethusa.
In that cup
No, it's not.
is Richland's chocolate milk.
No, it's not.
It is
Because
indeed.
that has the body of Richlands, that does not.
I don't know what to tell you. We wouldn't lie.
Well, that is not Richlands.
Well, you did get that wrong, but you have one final guess. If
Okay.
you don't mind grabbing our fourth and final cup.
All right. No way that's Richlands. Is that Homestead?
It is not Homestead.
Okay.
This fourth and final brand is Myola.
Oh, Myola.
You did your best, Dr. Kukk.
That's Myola. Okay. All right. No Richlands.
No Richlands.
And
No,
wait.
no, Richlands.
That
number
is not
three.
Richlands. I'm telling you, that is not Richlands.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kukk, for joining us today, and thanks to everyone with CommLab behind the scenes, and thank you for watching. Join us live in a few minutes at 2 p.m. for another episode of COMMCast.